Inside the stump in my garden, I had grown fond of a colony of acrobat ants. But as I was feeding them, I accidentally attracted another colony. Soon, bodies started piling up near the black garden ants colony. And I feared the tiny acrobat ants were losing the war.
Boots in the dust, same old cut in the ground, rust on the gate, sun beating straight.
But as I zoomed in closer, those were not acrobat ants. The stump had a third colony inside, a tetramorium colony that seemed to have suffered heavy losses the day the black garden ants moved in. Over the course of 2 days, a full siege unfolded inside the stump. The black garden ants dominated the upper tunnels, while the acrobat ants defended key choke points near their colony. And somewhere beneath them, another colony was still fighting to survive. But on the morning of the third day, something had changed. Overnight, the black garden ants vanished. No patrols, no movement, no activity, just silence. It is now the end of the week, and I still have no clue where the black garden ants went. But one thing was becoming clear. They had definitely abandoned this part of the stump. The acrobat ants were now freely exploring areas they had completely avoided just days before. But despite the disappearance of the black garden ants, the stump itself did not feel abandoned. The acrobat ants had taken over the top, while the tetramorium ants seemed to dominate below. The more I observed the different colonies, the stranger the stump became. It almost felt like the colonies were separated by invisible borders. As I watched the acrobat ants exploring the upper side of the stump, I noticed they kept avoiding one particular ridge. At first, I thought nothing of it, until it hit me. The stump wasn't solid inside, it was hollow. And for the first time, I started wondering what might actually be living inside this stump. Whatever is hidden inside, we may finally be able to see it. A few weeks ago, I accidentally started an ant war inside this old stump. Then one of the colonies suddenly disappeared. So today, I'm finally looking inside. But there was one problem. Rain. And for the next 2 days, all I could do was wait. Until one afternoon. One afternoon, I crossed through the ridge portal into the inside world of the stump. But as I looked closer inside the stump, I started noticing a familiar face. And suddenly, the bodies piled near the entrance of the black ants colony started making a lot more sense. The deeper I looked, the clearer it became. The inside of the stump wasn't empty. It was dominated by Tetramorium ants. There was life, just not the life I expected. But the black ants were nowhere to be found. At first, I thought this was the answer, until a member of the ant community on Reddit pointed out something I had completely missed. These weren't black garden ants. They were Tapinoma erraticum, the nomads of the ant world. Unlike what I originally thought, they don't seem interested in staying in one place. They move wherever opportunity appears. At some point, they enter the stump, finding a Tetramorium colony already established, while the acrobat ants entered defensive positions. For a brief moment, everything changed, and then they were gone. Not because they lost, not because they disappeared. They simply moved on. I had been asking the wrong question, and nature never owed me an answer.